All right. I don't think I was going live. Hell, we're gonna go live here in just a few moments.
Okay.
I'll get 5 minutes. I'm on. I'm live. I'm live. Yep. Good evening. Happy Friday to you. We're coming to you live here from the Fox 13 News Studio, from the Weather Center specifically. I thought I would quickly come on because typically our newscast is at 9 o'clock. We will be delayed because of the Mountain West Championship game. So we'll see when we go on. Could be as late as 9:45, maybe, in between about 9:30 is when our newscast starts. So I thought I would come on and talk about what we're seeing out there with this, I would say, round two of the storm, where we saw the showers last night, mainly snow in the mountains, a little bit of snow for the valleys. Not anything of significance as far as accumulation is concerned. We saw a range between 1 to 5 inches for the mountains, but we're going again, and it is coming down at a heavy pace here across northern Utah. So we wanted to come in and just kind of give you an update here. This is spilling over into the weekend. If you have any comments, questions, you want specific forecasts for your town, city, neighborhood, maybe surrounding or around a certain event, please go ahead and make a comment, and I'll try and get to that and answer your questions. So let's first start off, though, if I may, and just start taking a look at some traffic cameras. So this is up Big Cottonwood Canyon. The snow coming down, it's sticking to the roads. Of course, with now Solitude and Brighton open, we are looking at traveling through Big Cottonwood Canyon. Alta Snowbird, not quite yet. We know that Alta opening up on Sunday, so we thought we'd put the focus towards Big Cottonwood Canyon. And again, over the past hour and a half, things have really been changing there, and seeing that snow falling and sticking to the roads. Let me have you take another look here at another traffic camera. This is up Parley's Canyon, so I-80 near the summit. It'll come into focus here. You're seeing the snow falling. It's definitely more wet snow. We're starting to see it kind of stick on the side roads, but as temperatures do cool off a little bit more here in the overnight hours, this will definitely be an area with some slushy conditions, as we're beginning to see that transition right now. So that's what we're looking at currently. I'm seeing most of the snow falling, which we will throughout the canyon. So I've been keeping an eye on Weber, Ogden Canyon, Sardine Canyon, Logan Canyon. Again, as you move up through some of those higher passes over the summits, this is where we start to see that snow falling and sticking to the road. So let's take a look at radar. Again, if you have any comments, questions, please go ahead and chime in. But as you can see, this storm will be mostly impacting northern Utah, but it does track further southward into portions of central Utah through Spanish Fort Canyon. We are looking at winter storm warnings that are in effect even for the central mountains, but the brunt of the storm, which we've been forecasting for to slam the northern mountains, and we've been saying we're talking feet of snow. We haven't gotten there, not even close as of yet, but that's going to change. As you can see, we're getting that just surge of deep moisture, and a lot of it that's now tracking over the Great Salt Lake. That's what's going to be heading in. But as you're seeing for the valleys, it's green, and where you got the yellow and orange, that is heavy precipitation. Again, it's mainly rain, where we don't see that transition really into snow until we get about 600 to 6,500 feet. So that's the situation currently. So we've got that wave coming in with more moisture behind it, but the brunt of it, the deep moisture, the healthy batch of moisture is coming in here as we look over the next 3 to 6 hours throughout northern Utah. So as a reminder, we still have that winter storm warning in effect for the mountain locations, for the Wasatch back. Let's just talk about how much snow we're going to be looking at. But first, let's talk about how long the storm will be lasting with this round two and this wave pushing in right now. So here's the clock, 9 o'clock. Going through, we got the showers passing through midnight, where again it's mainly rain in the valleys. Temperatures do not fall below freezing for most valley locations here along the Wasatch Front. Where we wake up tomorrow morning, the focus for the mountains doesn't change. It's snowy. It continues on. So tracking along I-80, moving through Parley's, and of course Cottonwood Canyons and Spanish Fort Canyons, you're definitely going to have some treacherous roads. And then the rain showers taking a little bit more of a focus towards the Utah County, and then moving southward then as it has an impact as this front moves in. And then you can see across central Utah between Fillmore, down through Cove Fort, down through Beaver. That's kind of the breaking point or the boundary where we don't see much shower threat thereafter. But then it tapers off really quickly, where the valleys really start drying out late morning. And then definitely in the afternoon, we start to see more isolated snow showers. So really, we just have to get through tonight, through the morning hours for the mountains, and then valleys see, things tapering off prior to where the mountains kind of linger on into tomorrow afternoon. Sunday, not much going on. Extreme northern Utah, you might get hit with some showers, but again, the storm system really doing its trick here. And really what we wanted it to do is bring that snow and talking feet of snow. Still looking like, hey, we can still pick up an additional close to 20 inches at Alta, where they've already picked up about close to 6 inches up to this point. 1.5 foot in Mirror Lake Highway, where again, if we look at the total storm total, so if we look over 2 to almost 3 days of that total, we're hoping that we'll kind of get to those numbers where potentially we could be looking at 30 inches at Alta, or even more, maybe 1.5 foot at Park City, hopefully 1 foot to 2 feet for Beaver Mountain, and then of course moving along the western Uinta Mountains, we'll see that kind of same range. Now valleys, the snow that we saw last night, we're saying goodbye to that with the storm. It's too warm. We're mainly going to be looking at rain. So as you look at snow accumulations, nothing of significance. Park City, yeah, the ski resort, of course, picking up more. So looking at the forecast for tomorrow, it's mainly in the morning that we see that chance of some rain, and then tapering off when we start to see some sunshine. So a good storm. The biggest travel concern will be through the canyons. Great news for the ski resorts. We get up to 1 foot to 2 feet, maybe even closer to 3 feet in some spots. Very healthy. Now this is more heavy and wet snow. So as it does build and builds that layer on top of a weak layer underneath, we know that we're going to see some concerns with avalanches here. So that's a big concern, and potentially, who knows, we might see some canyon closures to maybe have to do some avalanche mitigation. So, there you go. That's hopefully a good update for you. Again, I'm trying to say, I'm hoping I'm looking at the right comments here. I've got my comments box and I don't see any comments yet. If you got any comments, please let me know. But I appreciate you chiming in and getting your update here. We want you to be safe if you have to do any canyon travel. Safe on any roadways, because they will be wet even here along the valley floors. So just take caution, give yourself plenty of time. Early in the season, so we're trying to adjust to more of this wintry mix. So we got to get more accustomed to that. So make sure you're giving yourself plenty of time. But anyhow, hope you have a good evening. If there's not any other comments, I'm going to check out and go get ready for the show. But I hope you have a very good evening and a good weekend, and keep these storms coming. Just so you know, once we get past the storm, we have a very weak storm on Wednesday, but nothing of great significance past this over the next 7 days. So we actually warm up back into the 50s here along the Wasatch Front, and 60s in St. George. So I'll have more details about that coming up tonight at the newscast, which will go on hopefully around 9:30 or so. Anyways, hope you have a good evening. Talk to you later.